Answer if you only knew how. Okay, this is a thought experiment, a thought experiment, a thought experiment, a thought experiment to bridge the gap between the idea of vibrational alignment or working with the law of attraction or choosing the feeling, emotional, vibrational um, atmosphere for yourself between that and the acquisition of money. Now, it's a thought experiment to bridge that gap, and it's not going to be a perfect bridge, but it's going to be a good one. Okay. What I want to do here is kind of take money out of the equation, but still still try to illustrate the power and the effectiveness and the central value of vibrational alignment. Um, did you know that you can kind of catch a vibe? You can kind of catch a vibe. You can kind of catch a happy vibe or a loving vibe or an appreciative vibe. You can kind of you can catch a sense of humor vibe. You can catch an uplifted vibe. You can catch a free vibe, a joyful vibe. You can catch um, a good feeling vibe. Did you know you can do that on purpose? And did you know that it will gain momentum? Did you know that there can be circumstances or situations in your life or certain people in your life whom who whatever when you're around them with whom when you're around them you may feel a certain not so good way, and so you want to avoid those situations, and that's okay. But did you know you could wake up in the morning and catch a joyful vibe or a vibe of freedom or a vibe of ease or a vibe of joy, and then have that build momentum, and then walk into that situation and be like, what did I ever feel like there was anything wrong with the situation? Because it's not the situation, it's the vibe you're on, that you're practicing in that situation. Now, your whole life can revolve around this. So if you can catch and maintain this joyful vibe, which you can, all you have to do is lean into it a little bit more each day. Um, then everything starts to look brighter. And puzzle pieces start coming together in different ways. So yeah, you can tell from the inflection of my voice that I'm not exactly sure how it works. Because have you ever listened to someone talking about something and you can tell that they're not exactly sure how it works, but they're saying it as if they are because they've heard it? Well, I don't like to do that anyway, because I for one believe that the understanding comes. So how to talk about this? Let me catch the vibe. Let me catch the vibe. Let me catch the vibe. Let me catch the vibe of understanding and something else. Oh, communication and inspiration and just the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding of what I'm talking about, the pure information. So what is it? So, look. So then the question is, okay, so how do I catch the vibe of money? Well, that's not so clear, is it? Because money does tend to, it seems to, correspond with happiness, but it also seems to correspond with, gangsters and stuff, whatever. In other words, money seems to be flexible across different vibrational states, but so that I don't that's another one that I haven't fully figured out yet. But again, how do I catch the vibe of money if I want it? Because you do, and you want to do good with it. You want to be happy. You want to do fun stuff. You want to help other people out when you can. You want a bunch of money to do all that stuff. But how do you catch the vibe of it? Well, What if you didn't even need money? What if all you had to do was catch the vibe of happiness and joy and upliftment to a degree that as you walk through the world, almost everyone else feels those things when they're around you. And hence and henceforth, you are basically loved by most people. And so people just want to include you. They want you to come along. They want you to be a part of their group because you've caught this vibe of joy and freedom and upliftment and feeling good. And people like that, man. They like it because it reminds them that there's part of themselves that also can catch that vibe. So let's just say that it's possible to do this. I think it's pretty clear that it's possible to do it. And so let's just say that you're doing this, and now almost everyone you run into loves you, loves you, loves you, loves you, loves you. I'm talking about the kind of love where they say, if you want to borrow my car, go ahead. Or the refrigerator is, stocked. Or here, please sleep on the couch. Or we have a spare bedroom for you. This kind of a thing. You may, and the guy that owns the private jet loves you, lets you borrow his private jet, stuff like that. The idea, though, the question is, and the thought experiment is, if basically everyone in the world loved you, would you ever need another dollar? No, you would never need another dollar. You would meet with people and you would tell them about the project that you're interested in starting, and they would all pitch in to fund it because they love you. They love you, and your idea is uplifting because you're a joyful being. Your idea is uplifting. You go to a concert and the other people standing in line are just like, oh my God, there's that guy that we all love. Can we buy your ticket for you? And you're like, yes, thank you, because I don't use money. I don't need it because you all love me. And do you see that if you just do that as a thought experiment, because what you really want to do is even easier than that. You just want to get into that state. People are going to love you, and money is also going to come into the picture. And again, it's not as clear to me how that works as it is how it works to catch a vibe where everyone wants you in their circle. But I do believe that somehow the money also is attracted by the vibe that you catch. So, but just for the moment, for this video, it's a thought experiment of not even needing that.